Should I try to log out of the account, log back in? Does anyone have any recommendations? This is 3 weeks in a row. He's probably. Yeah, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm going to restart one more time, guys. I'm sorry about this. I don't know what to do. 3 weeks. I don't know what I'm supposed to. They never told me any directions. I tried logging out. I tried closing the app. I tried doing everything. I don't really. Next week, I've heard that for fucking 4 weeks in a row. It should just appear, right? Sassy, hello, Pokey, Jay. It's not on. It's not. All right, whatever. Let's get started, y'all. Let's get started, y'all. Welcome, guys. This is episode number 22 of Heart Rate. It's Friday. Let's get this party started, y'all. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you in here, or show some hearts, or give me your emojis? Let's get this rocking. Let's get this rolling. Okay. I see y'all. If you are one of my guests today, guys, if you are one of my guests, please request the box immediately so I know you're here. That'd be much appreciated. Guys, this is Heart Rate. I'm your host, Ace Marsh. We are officially featured today. And I don't know when it's going to ever be, but we're going to figure it out eventually. So today we've got 3 amazing guests. We've got Kevtastic Gamer. We've got Brit, and I don't know if I've got my 3rd guest here yet, but they'll be here momentarily, and I'll announce them as they appear. But guys, we've got an amazing lineup of people on this show today. I'm really super excited to have everyone. Let me give you a little rundown about this show. It's a featured show, so that means that there is featured rules applying to this. So please be respectful in the comments, guys. No swearing, no drinking or smoking for my guests. And, more so keep it PG. Let's have some fun. Let's make some laughs. Let's make some memories. Let's listen to some awesome stories. And let's make sure we keep it supportive, guys. Let's keep it all positive and real. This is a show where people come on and share some personal things about themselves. My name is Ace. I'm your host. This is Heart Rate every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after the rundown. Like I said, this is an exhilarating talk show where I have 3 featured guests come on and tell stories about their near-death experiences, life-altering encounters, wild, crazy adventures from a trip or a vacation, adrenaline-pumping situations, or, just anything that gets your heart pumping, racing, you name it, okay? The cool thing about this show, guys, is there's no winner, there's no anything competition. It's strictly for entertainment purposes and for people to share their stories and get you guys kind of pumped up for the Friday weekend. You know what I'm saying? So momentarily, I'll have our guests in. Before we do that, guys, a couple quick things I just want to say. Shout out to all the people that are sending gifts throughout the show. I truly appreciate y'all. I won't be able to acknowledge you or acknowledge the chat throughout the show because it is featured rules. But I do see you, I do recognize you, and there will be a point where I will give you guys a shout out. And then after the show, guys, we do have an amazing fave party that I host every Friday. It starts immediately when the show is done at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Top Badge Vinny Vin coming in to spin some live music on the DJ decks. It's a fave for fave party. That fave for fave party runs right till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We run one of the longest fave parties on the app. Been doing it for 6 months. It's got a lot of traction. You're allowed to box up, hang out, and do that thing, okay? But we'll get more into that after. So, but let's get the show started, y'all. Let's bring in our first guest. I don't see the features, so we're gonna still follow feature program rules. Pardon me. But none other than Brit. Guys, if y'all don't know Britt, I know she's made herself seen on this app. She's up and coming on the app. Hit her with a favorite, please. Hit my awesome admins with a favorite. We've got Emoji J. We've got Beard Raider. We've got Deadshot, Dreammaker, and Pocahontas. Please hit with them with a favorite. If y'all are doing anything disrespectful in the chat, they're going to be the ones that give you a boot. So remember their names, okay? Hit myself with a favorite, y'all. I'm Ace Marsh. This is Britt. Britt, why don't you tell us about who you are, when you stream, how long you've been on the app?
So hi, I'm Britt. I am a teacher by day and a streamer at night. So I am an elementary school teacher, so I deal with little kids all day. I am a part of the UWU crew, which is Top Badge Kawaii's fam, and it's us winning unapologetically. And so I have been on the app for about 7 to 8 months, I think. I don't even know when I started. I clicked live one day and I just wanted to see what it was about. But I admin for a few shows on the app, and then I also have my own show I'm trying to get featured, which is In the Grit with Uwu Brit, and it's where we talk about deep conversations that we don't usually have on the app, because I feel like we're just so used to being basic, and I think we need to get into the grit of things. And so yeah, that's all I have.
Awesome. All right, well, guys, that's Britt. Please hit her with a favorite. I've known Britt for quite some time now. Everyone runs into bumps in the road on their journey on here in friendships, but I could say that she's done a lot of good on the app, and we're excited to have her here. So thank you for being a part of my show for the second time. That's still, I don't know if it's featured or not, but we're pretending like it is. So
Hey,
Britt, the floor is yours. Please tell us your story. Why don't you give us a little context to your story before you begin?
so I'll say this happened about 2 years ago. I have done a lot of cruises in my life.
Okay.
And so I've been on about 7 cruises in my span of life. Now I went on some with my family as a teenager, but most of them I was an adult, because I think it's way more way more fun.
Aren't you a school
When
teacher? Aren't you a
Yes,
school
I
teacher?
am. I
Wow.
literally,
Don't
my
send
kids
your
have
kids to her. Don't send your kids to that
no,
school.
sir. All right. But I have gone on a few cruises as an adult. And so I went on one cruise, which was to Cozumel, Mexico, Costa
Ooh.
Maya, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Very, very different port kind of stuff. And I had never been to Cozumel. And so this was during there was a whole situation about a few months ago with the cartel in Mexico was holding Americans hostage in order to get what they wanted. And there was apparently 2 people from South Carolina, which I'm born and raised in South Carolina, who had went there for liposuction surgery to get like a tummy tuck, because it's
Mhm.
way cheaper in Mexico than it is here in America.
Listen, listen. There's some hidden baldness up there. I'll be going to Turkey in the near future. But anyways, moving
Ooh,
on.
I didn't even know they did that there. Um, Gary, you might want to look into that. I'm just kidding. But um, so I was already on edge because there were 2 people that were in South Carolina that were held hostage, and out of the 4 people that were in their group, 2 of them were returned back safely. The other 2 were killed in the process. And so my mom, I'm by myself. I'm 24 years old, and I'm literally going on a boat and going to Mexico, which at the time is like like a war ground. And
Mhm.
so my mom was not very keen on it, and nor was my whole family. But I was like, you know what, YOLO, you only live once. You know, they wouldn't let us go there if it was that bad of a situation. I will say it was very locked down. I felt like I was in a third world country where, like the gate to the port was, there was army tanks in front of it, and the only way
You're
you,
by yourself. At how old were you?
I was 24, so
Still,
it was only a year
yeah,
ago,
but
but
like still, even at 24, 25 years old, you're still young. You're a young female. Like in a different country too. That's crazy. So everything
exactly.
worked out good. Like
Yeah, everything was fine. I mean, they let us do the excursions, but they were very strict on the fact that if you were doing an excursion, you needed to be with the tour guide, and they had a police officer with us at all times, making sure that if the excursion didn't go off without a hitch. And
Right.
so it was very like locked down. But I was fine with that because I wanted to make sure that if I was doing my excursion that I was doing, which I had decided I'd swam with dolphins multiple times, I wanted to swim with a shark this time around.
Okay. You're
And
wild, but no,
uh,
thank you. But okay.
but
So,
I saw it. It was way cheaper than any of the other excursions, and I said, you know what? If I want to see some kind of Cozumel other than what's in the port, I'm going to have to do an excursion because they're not just going to let me go free reign
right.
at Cozumel.
That
And
part.
so I decided I was like, let's do the shark encounter. So they took us to this marine life aquarium, and it was like one of the it's like a normal aquarium, and then you go outside and it's like opens up into like these pools of different things. And so they had dolphins and normal stuff, but then they had the shark enclosure. And so
So wait, this
they're
isn't
like,
even like you're not swimming with wild shark. You're swimming with a contained shark.
you're swimming with a contained shark.
That
Yes.
sounds even more dangerous to me.
Okay. Yeah, the mine is scary. So as we're
Okay.
getting ready to get in the pool with them, we're like putting on life jackets because we're in water, but I mean we can still touch, but they're
Yeah.
legality
Well,
wise.
it's in case the shark maybe bites you and you're going, you know.
And you can't hold yourself
Yeah.
afloat. Exactly. They're like handing us these waivers, and I'm reading over the waivers, and I'm like, in the waiver, it says that they've only had about 6 instances where a human has been attacked by their sharks in the past year. March. So you're telling me in 3 months that they've attacked people, and I'm like at 6 times. So I'm like freaking
How is
out in
that
my
even?
head
How is that even allowed to be still open? Like,
because they didn't. It said it didn't cause too much bodily harm. They didn't take a limb off, but they
that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. I mean,
and
hey,
so
so did you still do it?
now I got in there, and they had like a safe word. They're like, if you
Because it's
anytime
Mexico.
you like,
There's the answer. There's the real answer. Because it's Mexico. But anyways.
it's in Mexico. Anything's legal there, and they don't have to abide by the rules that we do in the U.S. And so,
Right.
um, I will say that I got in there, and the woman's like about to like bring the shark up to me, and she's like, "This is one of our newborn sharks," and I'm like, "So have you trained it? Like, is it trained?" She's like, "He listens pretty well." I'm like, "Pretty well. I need him to listen like that."
Perfectly. Yeah.
I need him to like the minute you whistle, he's gone. Like I don't need a maybe. So I'm like sitting there freaking out in the pool, and then she starts to put it over, and she's like, you know what? We'll bring out his mama if that'll make you feel better. I'm like, yeah, bring me out the mama. And she's like, this is our mama shark. I pet her. She was fine. I will tell y'all, I have never in my life been so scared. When that thing flipped its head at me and looked at me, I about lost it. I started squealing like a little fish. I was like, get out of my way. I don't want anybody near me because I jetted out of that pool. I was like, you ain't gotta look at me twice. I'm out. And I was just sitting there, and she's like, she just was looking at you because she wanted to know you were there. I was like, no, she wasn't. She looked at me like I was
Yeah, heck
dinner.
no. Heck no. I'm looking for dinner. Yeah, exactly.
It was terrible. And
Right.
so that was like one of my more horrific that like my adrenaline was rushing. Like I wanted that adrenaline rush of being in front of a shark because I've done dolphins all the time. But I'm like, a shark's different. But then when I saw that waiver, my heart was already racing. And
Mhm.
now you're telling me this is a newborn that by the time she looked at me, I was already ready to have a heart attack and I was out in the pool. I couldn't take it anymore. But they were really sweet about it. They ended up giving me a refund because they were like, this is like it's like an hour encounter with a
Yeah,
shark.
yeah.
And
You
I'm
were there
like,
for a
I
minute.
was there for 5 minutes. It was
Yeah.
done. I was like, I'm so
Um,
sorry. And these people are watching me and they're laughing their butts off. I'm like, you can get bit by the shark. Did you not read that waiver? I read that waiver because I need to make sure that if something happens, I'm covered.
yeah, well,
You might not read it. I gotta read it.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna cover you respectfully in a different country like that,
won't.
regardless. But like, you know,
In the waiver, it said,
you might disappear at one point. But you know, it is what it is. But hey, well, that's crazy. I mean, thank you for sharing that story. That's definitely swimming with sharks is definitely actually the first story we've had on here of someone swimming with sharks. But a heart racing, adrenaline pumping situation. So I appreciate you coming with a story fully loaded like that. That seems pretty wild. On top of the whole trip starting out that you were alone and like. Yeah, like this is crazy. So amazing. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Guys, this is Britt. Please hit her with a favorite. She's going to jump down to the chat right now momentarily before our next guest comes in. We'll have you back for the second portion. I'll let you know when, so just keep your volume on. I know you're driving. Okay,
I got
Britt.
them in. Thank
Guys,
you.
this is Heart Rate. I'm Ace Marsh, your host. This is every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is an officially featured show now. Finally, we made it, y'all. So appreciate you guys getting us to this point. This is episode number 22. We have 3 amazing guests on today, guys. Next up, momentarily, and next up, we have Kevtastic Gamer. I'm going to have him in the box. But just want to run over a couple things, guys. This show here, being featured, does not allow me to respond to the comments or to be able to be thankful for the gifts right in this current time. So I will shout out the gifters and answer anyone that has questions or anything about the show at the end of the show. So I appreciate you guys being patient throughout the show. Your time is here to enjoy some entertainment, listen to some featured streamers, tell some stories about near-death experiences, wild, crazy adventures, anything that's adrenaline pumping, heart racing, that gets your blood flowing. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a pretty exciting show to start off your Friday, guys. So make sure you pull up every Friday. We're always going to be here. We always have new guests. And sometimes we switch it up. At the end of the show, after we have our next 2 guests share their story, we do a thing that's called a scenario-based portion of the show. The scenario-based portion of the show is when I have all 3 of my guests in the box at the same time. I give them a real-life scenario, and they have to, basically explain and answer how they would escape, handle, or deal or cope with that situation. Then you guys in the chat vote 1, 2, or 3 to see who had the best answer. And they win absolutely nothing other than bragging rights that they won my show. Maybe I'll send them a 5 and a hands up. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we do have a fave party after this, guys. The fave party starts directly at 5 o'clock. We have 4 live DJs. We start off with Top Badge Vinny Vin. So make sure you stick around for some live music. You can box up, hang out, get your faves on, and just have a good time. But none other than the show we're here for today, Heart Rate. Episode number 22. I'm Ace Marsh, 4 p.m. every Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Let's pull in our next guest, guys. This is Kevtastic Gamer. Welcome, my friend. How are you today?
I'm good, but there's a little problem. I wasn't fully told exactly what type story show thing it was, so I winged it completely and may have done it wrong, but may have done it good at the same time.
Okay, well, I think as long as it's appropriate, then there's not really a story that's wrong. There's not really a story that's wrong. So as long as it's a situation that got your heart pumping or heart racing or something that was crazy and interesting, then you're good to go, my friend.
Well, what is good about it is that this cat is Mr. Whiskers. He's a drunken cat. So every time I do lives with him as a drunken cat. So you could technically say it's a story that happened to him.
Okay.
So,
we could do that. Chris, welcome, Chris. I don't see the feature working, Chris, but we ran with the show anyways. So I'm not sure if we're just going to keep rocking it or if you have any updates. But guys, this is Heart Rate every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our next guest, Kevtastic. Please hit him with a favorite. He's part of the MSL family, which is Brody's family on the app. Music Saves Lives, so we know that's a good gang of people there. Glad to have you. Glad to have you on the show. And, definitely we'll have you on in future episodes. And if anyone wants to be on the show, please contact my amazing admins. You've got to reset. You've got your asset in your inbox. In this inbox? Hold up, guys. 1 minute. IG feature later now. Do I have to reset, Chris, with that picture? for the last half hour. Yeah, welcome everybody. How y'all doing today? Welcome, it's Amor. Yo, highest. Hello, everybody. Guys, Kev, sorry, just give me a moment. We're just working the kinks out, guys. This is the first featured episode.
Okay, take your time.
We're rocking it out here. I appreciate y'all being here. You can just set the pick. Your feature is now live. Okay, guys, our feature is now live. We're featured. Let's go. First episode being featured, guys. This is Heart Rate. Welcome to Heart Rate, episode number 22, first featured episode. I'm your host, Ace Marsh. We have an amazing guest here, Kev Tastic. Guys, I appreciate all of you being here along the journey. Super excited to have you guys here. I'm just going to change my picture quickly. But in the meantime, Top Streamer Official, Chris Casper, guys, hit him with a fave. Make sure you check out Level Up, Level Up, Level Up. Let's go. Kev Tastic, please introduce yourself, who you are, when you stream, and how long you've been on the app, my friend. Guys, before you get started, Kev, I can't acknowledge all the gifts, all the comments. I see you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the show. Sit back, run the comments up, and let's have some fun. Kev, how long you been on the app, my friend, and what can we find when we come to your live?
I've been on the app for a year and a half. I do VR a lot on the app. I have Mr. Whiskers, the Drunken Cat. I go live every night after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do a lot of battles and stuff. And I say a lot of out-of-pocket stuff, but, it's all fun. So that's pretty much what I do in my life. I also teach people how to do OBS and stuff. I'm working on a featured show myself called Talk Nerdy to Me, where it's going to be about tech, gadgets, collectibles, and video games.
Oh,
So that's what I got going on right now.
that sounds interesting. Let's go. Amazing. Good for you. I'm just putting on my picture now. Here we go. Let's go.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Okay, guys. So this is Kevtastic Gamer. He does AI. Why don't you explain how that all works, so what they can find when they come to your stream in that sense? So you're doing an AI thing?
Well, what it is that I have two things. I usually do it in VR, or I use software called Animaze, which is what I'm using my little cat in right now. So I switch it up sometimes because, I was using that headset for a while. Kind of gives you headaches and stuff, and it screens right in your eyes all the time. So I switch it up a bit.
Okay.
But I got little special effects that I use with OBS and stuff. Like, I try to make it as fun and interactive as possible.
Amazing. I love that. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing us some of your talents as well. Right now, I see you're using your special effects and everything like that. We love to see it. So without further ado, let's get your story started. The floor is yours. Guys, this is Kevtastic Gamer. Make sure you hit it with a fave. Hit me with a fave. This is Heart Rate every Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after the rundown with Chris Casper. Next up, Kevtastic. Take it away, my man.
All right. This is a story about Mr. Whiskers. One of his little drunkenness in a back alley, and it kind of went a little south. So I'm going to let an AI read it because it's just easier that way.
Mr. Witter, a brown and white cat with piercing yellow eyes, slinked through the shadows of the moonlit city. The alleyways of downtown were his domain, a labyrinth he navigated with feline precision. Tonight, though, his steps were uneven and his vision blurred. He'd indulged a bit too much in fermented fish juice, a local delicacy with a punch. Clutched in his jaws was a small, tightly wrapped bundle of catnip, premium stuff, the kind that made a cat's fur stand on end and sent shivers down their spine. He was on a mission to sell it, but the alcohol clouded his usually sharp mind. Stumbling slightly, he entered a narrow alley, the smell of garbage and the distant hum of traffic his only company. Mr. Whiskers, a raspy voice called from the shadows. Whiskers turned to see Slink, a notorious alley cat with a missing ear and a scar across his snout. Slink was known for his ruthless nature and was feared by most alley dwellers. Slink, Whiskers replied, his voice steadier than he felt. Got something special tonight. The scarred cat stepped closer, his eyes narrowing as he eyed the bundle. Premium catnip, huh? You sure you can handle this, Whiskers? You look like you can barely stand. Whiskers hissed softly, his pride prickling. Just a sip or two. Now, do you want it or not? Before Slink could respond, a clatter echoed through the alley, followed by a low growl. From the darkness emerged three large, muscular strays, their eyes glinting menacingly. Well, well, if it isn't Mr. Whiskers, trying to play the big shot, the leader, a hulking tabby named Fang, sneered. Hand over the catnip, and maybe we'll let you walk out of here. Whiskers' heart pounded in his chest. His mind raced, fighting through the haze of intoxication. He knew he couldn't take on all three strays and Slink. Thinking quickly, he backed up slowly, his eyes darting around for an escape. Slink stepped forward, a calculating look in his eyes. Fang, how about a deal? We split the catnip, and we both get what we want. Fang's eyes flicked between Slink and Whiskers. After a tense moment, he nodded. All right, but if there's any funny business, both of you are finished. Whiskers' fur bristled. This was his chance. As Slink and Fang approached, Whiskers feigned a stumble, dropping the bundle. The moment their eyes were on it, he sprang into action. Using his claws, he raked them across Fang's face, causing the large tabby to yowl in pain. Whiskers then darted towards a stack of crates, knocking them over as he scrambled up. The alley erupted into chaos. Fang's gang lunged after flowing down. Slink tried to grab the bundle. Rage turned on him, teeth bared. Whiskers reached the rooftop, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He looked down to see the strays fighting amongst themselves, the bundle of catnip forgotten on the ground. Slink, now bloodied, managed to grab it and disappear into the night. As Whiskers lay on the cool rooftop, the city lights twinkling around him, he let out a purr of relief. He hadn't sold the catnip, but he had survived the night. His drunken adventure had been perilous, but he knew he'd be back. The thrill of the alleyways called to him, a dangerous dance he couldn't resist. For now, though, he closed his eyes, letting the sounds of the city.
Kev, you good? What happened?
So yeah, it's much it.
I mean, that's an amazing story.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It sounded like catnip was filling in for another spot. But hey, we're here for it. It sounded amazing. We love to hear stories about pets. Pets are an amazing part of a lot of our lives. So thank you for sharing that. What was the ending? You cut out at the end, and we're super curious to know what the ending of the story was. Like, what happened? What happened?
Oh, pretty much he just went about his own life. And I mean, this is pretty much stuff that Mr. Whiskers always deals with down in alleyways anyways, because he's always drunk and getting into some type of trouble.
He's a drunk alley cat. He's a drunk alley cat.
I mean, sound like catnip.
We're here for it. You know?
Is-
Yeah. I got where it's going. Well, listen, guys, this is Kevtastic. Kev, we appreciate you being here. We're gonna have you back for the second portion of the show.
Awesome.
Guys, hit him with a favorite. Please, Kev, jump down in the down momentarily. Please request the box once you're back down, as well as you, Britt, and then I'll have you guys both back in after our third guest. Thank you for sharing your story, Kev. We really appreciate you guys. This is the first official episode of Heart Rate. I am your host, Ace Marsh. Every Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can pull up and then get your faves on afterward with our fave party that goes from 5 p.m. all the way until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, I really appreciate all of you being here along my journey. We have a couple top badges up next week, so stick around. It's going to be an interesting show. I've heard some of the stories. You're not going to want to miss this. Please don't forget to hit me with a favorite, hit my awesome admins with a favorite, and remember, guys, this is a feature show, so please be respectful in the comments. No swearing, drinking, or smoking for my guests. You know, keep it more PG, but let's have some fun at the same time. And I just want to do a quick shout out to the top gifters of the stream, Pocahontas, top badge Chris Casper, and obviously he works for the app as well, who runs Top Streamer Official. And shout out to everyone else that showed up today, guys. I can't name you all. I don't have enough time, but I do see you and I appreciate you guys. Other than that, guys, I just want to do one thing, and that is bring in our last guest of the day before we run into the fun part of the show. This is none other than someone who almost just won his own first Royale. He's growing on the app. He's a really, really kind individual. He's got his family on the app. He's a really solid dude. He's a friend of mine as well. His name is Brad, but he goes by Mr. Fix-It. Welcome, Mr. Fix-It. How you doing, my man?
Good. How you doing?
And I didn't just dox him, guys. He goes by that, okay? I did not just dox him.
Yeah,
He goes by that. He is Brad, Mr. Fix-It, okay? Guys, this is Brad. Brad, why don't you tell everyone who you are, when you stream, and what we can find when we come to your stream.
Well, like I said, I'm Mr. Fix-It. You guys can call me Brad if you want to. I stream periodically throughout the day, usually once in the morning, once in the evening. I have a show that will be featured supposedly next week, called Fix-It's Corner, and it is at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Fridays, which is in 25 minutes.
Directly after, guys, directly after my show, you can jump to Brad's show once it's featured. He still has it, but so jump to check out his show. I have a fave party going on. If you have a second device, keep a device in my fave party. Check it over here and there, spend a couple things, listen to the music, jump to Brad's show, go hang out, check out his show on your other device. You can always make it work. I know there's another featured show on during this time with Charm Charlie as well. He's got an amazing show. So please, guys, don't feel like you have to stay here the whole time. Jump around, meet people, network. You know what I'm saying? That's all part of what we need to see on this app. We need more of on this app. Brad, sorry, I took over. Go ahead. Welcome to the featured show family. Obviously, I just joined as well, but you know it's been a long journey. I know you've worked hard on your show too, so welcome. You deserve it, my friend.
All right. So you want me to start the story now, or?
Let's start. Y'all ready for the story? Can I get some hearts in the chat? If you're here, hearts in the chat. Run those hearts up. If I see some hearts running, then we'll get a story going. If not, I think we're gonna shut the show down. You know, I don't know if we can make this happen. All right, I see some hearts. I think we're gonna make this happen. Thank you, guys. So this is Mr. Fix-It. He's here. This is our first official featured episode. Y'all ready to hear him? Let's go. Mr. Fix-It, take the floor. The stage is yours, my friend.
All right, this story is going to be about kind of a lesson that I've learned, and because of and kind of heart wrenching at the same time. So we're gonna go back about. I'm gonna say Kat was probably about 10 years old, or no, she was like 5 years old. 4 years old. She was 4 years old. She was out in the living room playing. I had my gaming system in my room, so I was playing that. Not really paying attention, letting her do her own thing. And all of a sudden I hear, Daddy, Daddy. I drop my game. I run out into the living room. I'm looking for her. Run into her room looking for her. Can't find her. I still hear her yelling, Daddy, help me. Help me, Daddy. I come out into the living room. I'm looking. I said, Katrina, where are you? Kat, where are you? Where are you? She goes, Daddy, help me. I'm in here. We have this old style toy chest.
Toy chest, really?
Took all of her toys out of the toy chest and climbed inside it and got stuck in it. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get, because it's old back, it's antique, so I didn't want to.
Climbed in the toy chest and it closed on her, but she couldn't lift it up, or did it lock or something?
It's one of those ones with the sliding doors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And when she slid the door closed, it got off the track, so I couldn't actually pull it open.
That's wild.
I'm sitting there looking at it, trying to figure out how I'm gonna get it off of her so I don't break it, because it's an antique. It's the old Sesame Street one from like the early 80s. I'm sitting there, I'm looking, and she's screaming, Daddy, help me. So I take the toy chest, because I'm getting tired of, I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I just lifted the whole thing, put it right off the staples on the bottom, and I was able to get her out of there. And she stands up, goes, oh, Daddy, you're my hero.
That's amazing. I love it.
The lesson I learned from that is I leave my game systems out in the living room now.
You leave your game systems?
Yep. I'll game out in the living room, so I'm closer to everything else now.
Just so you don't, I mean, she's older now, right? She was younger when that happened, no?
I still don't trust it.
You still don't trust it? Well, thank you. That's a crazy story. I can imagine. And you know, a lot of us know your daughter. She's on the app, and obviously we, we support her as well. And so that's amazing. So we appreciate you sharing a story. That's pretty funny. I like that there was a little bit of humor to it. and no one got hurt. She didn't get hurt in the end, and nothing bad happened. So that's always good. Guys, this is Brad. I'm going to keep you in the box actually because I'm going to bring in my other two guests for the second portion of the show. So if I could have Britt and Kevtastic Gamer, please request the box, and we will get to the next portion of the show, guys. Guys, that's Brad. Hit him with a favorite, Mr. Fix It. He goes by Mr. Fix It. He's got his own featured show coming up on the app. Britt's working on her own featured show. She's one of my other guests. And my last guest here, she's also working on a show, is Kevtastic Gamer,
Yeah.
who is a cat. So please hit them all with a favorite. Hit my admins with a favorite. Hit me with a favorite. If you don't forget to do that, we're coming after you. Watch out. We're going to send Kevtastic's cat after you. So, yeah, see? Watch out. Just like that. Boom. Anyway.
Why are you getting me into so much trouble?
Hey, anyways, guys, this is Heart Rate. I'm your host, Ace Marsh. We are officially featured. We made it. So thank you all for being a part of my journey. This is a show that happens at 4 p.m. Eastern time every Friday, and it runs right after the rundown where you find out who your next top badges are. This is an exhilarating talk show where I have 3 featured guests that you see in the box right now, guys. Tell stories about their near-death experiences, wild, crazy adventures, or anything that just simply gets your heart racing or adrenaline pumping. I will not be able to acknowledge y'all in the chat or the gifts throughout the show, but I do see you, and I do appreciate you guys. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being active, and thank you for showing support for my newly featured show. We are at the second portion of the show. We just heard 3 amazing stories from Mr. Fix-It, Britt, and Kevtastic. And now we're on to the part where it gets a little bit fun, okay? Where I need y'all in the chat to make sure you're aware, hearing, and listening. Can I actually see? No, that's the whole point. I don't need to see. It's better. It keeps me less distracted, you know? So the whole point of this part, guys, is for you guys to give the best answer that you think the chat is going to like. Whether it's funny, whether it's serious, whether it's real. You choose which way you want to go, but you want to try to win the chat, okay? So you got to think about this app and think about winning all the people that you see down there. I know all of y'all know someone in here, so you got to try to win their vote for you being the best story. And what you win, absolutely nothing. You can just brag about it, and that's all you get. I'm sorry, we're on a budget, and you know. Anyways. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for the scenario? So the way this works, I'm going to read one scenario. You all answer the same scenario. Number 1, guys. Number 1, Mr. Fix-It. Number 2, Britt. Number 3, Kevtastic Gamer. Before we get started, there is a fave for fave party right after the show. Top Badge Vinnyvin is our first DJ. It's a live DJ set we have a full box party and people in the chat. Fave for fave, it goes for 4 hours long, right till 9 p.m. with 3 different other DJs. Stick around and FAFO. All right. Other than that, let's get started. The scenario is after a night out on Halloween with your friends, y'all split up and go your separate ways. You're walking home alone. As everyone starts disappearing and everything like that, you're walking, it's night, it's dark, you're dressed up, it's Halloween. You're cruising along, you're getting closer to your house. You turn around and you quickly in the corner of your eye catch that there is a cloaked figure walking towards you. You turn back and you check and it's still there. And now it's coming faster and faster and faster until it's full blown starts running ahead of you. What do you do? All right, Mr. Fix-It, you're up first.
So it's running in front of me. I turn around, run away from it then.
No, it's running after you. You turn around and run away from it. This thing's booking it, and it's a large, big. This isn't like you're not looking like at a normal person dressed up on Halloween. Like I'm talking like this is some out of the world. Like this is some creature looking thing, or it's a really tall dude. It's a really tall dude dressed up.
So he's running after me. So if it's bigger than me, then I can't run faster than it because my long legs only go so fast. So I'm gonna duck down behind the garbage can that's next to me, wait for him to get close enough, and I'll trip him. I'll jump on him, take his magic cloak that makes him taller, and put it on, be the tall goblin myself.
Great answer. Great answer. He's using some kind of reverse beatdown psychology. I don't know. Okay, cool. Thank you, Brad. Britt, you want to hear the scenario again?
Yes, just one more time.
All right. After a night out on Halloween with your friends, you all go your separate ways. As you're walking home alone, you notice a cloaked figure starts following you. It's gaining speed and starts running towards you. What do you do next?
Okay, so me being the independent woman I am, I keep everything that I need in order to fend for myself. So I can promise you right now, I don't know karate, but I know whoop your butt. And I promise you, you won't touch me. And so if he's running at me, I'm going to stand right there. But I'm going to have my pepper spray ready, and it's going to aim right because I've went through the classes to do it. And if that don't work, I can promise you I'm going to kick him somewhere where he's going to stop.
Okay.
So.
All right, watch out for those parts. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So Britt's going. I mean, so far we got 2 beatdowns going on here. I mean, none of y'all. I mean, Brad tried to run and then he's going to turn around and do like the swift maneuver kick. Britt's running directly at the guy, going, "I'm independent, boy. What you got? What you got, boy?" And then we got Kevtastic last, guys. So this is the scenario. If y'all are new in here, this is Heart Rate. I'm your host, Ace Marsh. We are officially featured. Please keep it, respectful in the chat, guys. Obviously, for you guys in the box, you're all respecting the rules, so I'm not going to run through it again. But guys, I do see you gifting. I do see you commenting. I can't acknowledge it right now, but let's go. I'll see you after the show during the fave party. That's at 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. tonight. Stick around. And Fafo, let's go. Next up, Kevtastic. After a night out with you and your friends, Kev, it's Halloween. You were all dressed up. You went out. You did your thing. You're walking home. You split up. You're on your way alone. You turn around. There's a cloaked figure. Okay, it's coming towards you. It starts gaining speed. You look back, it's running at you. What do you do next?
I just want to say, you guys are freaking psychopaths. What the hell's wrong with you? Secondly, I would offer it beer, become friends with it, because I could use a bodyguard down at the alleyway selling my catnip. You guys are crazy. What if it just wanted to trick or treat with you? You just beating the crap out of it? What's wrong with you?
Run at me.
You guys watch one too many horror films.
So
maybe it wanted to be a friend.
What are you gonna do?
Maybe it's special needs.
I know is
Are you
running
gonna
up
make
behind
friend
me in
with
a
it?
dark alley.
Are you gonna make friends with it? Because you are a cat.
I'll befriend it and use it as a bodyguard.
Answer, Brett. Relax, because this is a different answer. Respectfully, he is a cat. And a cat could go and play some, can go purr and rub up on the leg and try to be friendly with it,
Yeah. I'll give him a beer, then take him down the alleyway, and he'll be my bodyguard. We'll sell catnip together. We're gonna beat the crap out of him.
Well, thank you for that, but I got a great image in my
people down for money for me.
Assets. Okay, guys. Well, thankfully he's a cartoon and that's not real life, and this is a featured show. So thank you guys for being here. These are our 3 guests. Hit them with a favorite. We're gonna vote momentarily on who had the best answer. I think I can already tell who's gonna be the winner, but we're gonna go from there. I would like to let you all know, if you want to be on the show, please hit up anyone that's in red or one of the admins of the show itself. You can also hit me up in my DMs on IG. My stuff and my information is in my bio. We have a fave party starting in 15 minutes. But before that, guys, we got to find out who is our winner of Absolutely Nothing today. Mr. Fix-It is number 1. Britt is number 2. Kevtastic is number 3. If we can vote now, let's go. 2 3s. 1 3 3 3 1 3 3 3. So I'm seeing a lot of 3s. 2s. 5 3 1 3. And the winner is Kevtastic with the crazy beat. He's not beating no one down. He's purring up on a leg, hiring as a bodyguard, getting them drunk, and selling catnip. Let's go. That's how the cats do it on the streets of Meet Me Around here, okay?
Yep.
Anyways, guys, I'm Ace Marsh, your host. This is Heart Rate. It's going to be featured and move a little more smoothly as of next week when we got everything locked and loaded now that everything's working. So I appreciate you guys sitting through all the kinks and locks and lows and things that we've had to go through, but we made it. We're here. This show is going to be, super exciting next week. We got some awesome top badges coming up. But without further ado, we're going to get these awesome people to tell us about their events and plugs that they got going on, or maybe some battles, or who knows what's going on. I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I got coming up after this as well. And then we're going to have Top Badge Vinny Vin in the box to start up our none other than our Friday night Fave for Fave party, where we have 4 live DJs in a row and we rock and roll and we have a full box party. So stick around and find out, okay? Brad, tell us, what you got coming up, anything that shows you got, if you're a part of any shows, auctions, the whole drill. Tell us about you.
I've got my show in 10 minutes, Fix's Corner, where we talk about projects that we're proud of, projects that we tried to work on that went terribly wrong, or do-it-yourself projects that need a little bit more help with. Britt will actually be one of my guests on that. After that, I have Factor Fib on Sunday with Fairy Godmother.
Okay, nice.
And then on Monday, I'm on Cinema Score with DJ Owlboy.
Awesome. Do you have any other things coming up? Or are you applying for anything or trying to become top badge? Or
I did apply for my top badge.
Congratulations.
Still trying to get a little bit of the kinks worked out on on gifting and stuff. But
Well, Brad, I've known you for quite some time. You're an amazing person. You're a great support system for a lot of people in here. You're super positive all the time. Keep doing what you're doing. Wish you all the best with your top badge, goals, and just know, like, don't ever give up on your journey. If you got a goal on here, guys, keep strong and keep passionate about it. I'm proof you can make anything happen. When, if you got haters, if you got negativity, don't worry about it. Move on and make it work, because there's a lot of good people on here and there is a positive community on here, guys. Just like the featured show program, I'd recommend getting involved, trying to make your own shows. Talk to Chris, talk to myself, talk to anyone that's that hosts a show on here. It's a wicked community to be a part of. We really support each other on here, and it really helps your growth, especially if you're looking to become a top streamer. Other than that, though, Brad, I would just like to say thank you for being on the show. I really do strongly appreciate your friendship and you being on my first ever featured episode. Let's go. Britt, doing a little dance right now. Thank you for being here. Tell us what you got coming up, anything that you want to share and plug.
So I don't really have much coming up. I'm on a bunch of random featured shows at random different times. So if you want to know what I'm doing, please check out my Instagram. It's linked in my bio. But I am going to plug something, because I know that there are some dads in here, and Brad's one of them, and I'm going to call him out, because Kauai is hosting a They Call Me Daddy auction, and it is the Friday before Father's Day, and we need dads, and we know that you are a dad, so you guys need to start showing up. So I'm an admin for it, so I need some dads. And you can't be a woman.
I am not the father. I am not the father.
But Brad is.
Brad is the father. Brad's the father.
Brad's the father.
I am not the father. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Are you going for top badge? Are you doing anything like that? Are you just chilling? Are you on your grind? What you up to?
I'm looking for 5K faves, but I'm not expecting to get top badge. I just want to kind of
Just want that as a goal. You just want to grow and
Yeah.
meet with people. Awesome. Well, the fave parties after this. Feel free to stick around. Guys, please hit Brad, Mr. Fix It, Britt, myself, Ace Marsh, my amazing admins. We got Deadshot, Pocahontas. We have Dreammaker. We have Emoji J, who's my head admin, and we have Beard Raider. So please contact them if you guys would like to be on the show. Hit them with a favorite. They're all streamers as well. The majority of people that I get in my stream, actually, surprisingly, is a lot of streamers. So guys, feel free to hit everyone with a favorite in the chat. We can start this fave party early. It's always a fave party in my stream. I recommend people always favoriting each other. But last up, to just share and plug what they got going on, or if they want to share, if they're a part of, family stuff like that. Anyone else that you want to share stuff about? Kevtastic Gamer, feel free to go ahead. Kev, you there, bud? Kev?
Yeah, it was just freezing up a little bit there, but I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it was just freezing up a little bit.
no problem, man. Do you want to share about, what you got coming up, or if you have any events, battles, auctions, things, whatever, special streams? Yep, you there?
Well, Avatar jump cat up. I'm, like I said earlier, I'm trying to get a featured show called Talk to Me Nerdy about technology, gadgets, gaming, collectibles. I'm also
Kev? Hello, Kevin.
sorry, it's a little choppy. It's just for some reason my internet. I guess a lot of people are using it, so it's being a little slow.
That's okay. Go ahead, man. If you want to finish up.
But I was saying I stream every night after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. I got the future show I'm working on called Talk to Me Nerdy. Also, which I'm looking for guests for that to start recording it. And it's also going to be on YouTube. I got gameplay that I do on TikTok, and I usually do it on here during the weekends as well. So I got that stuff going on. I usually do VR, and I do regular avatar. So I'm the only one right now on Meet Me that does VR and OBS.
Okay, so you do it
I
together.
decided to combine those two and have some fun.
Nice, good for you. That's amazing. I love that. Well,
And you got to stand out a little bit on here, you know?
you gotta say I know.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for top match, but I just got to build up faves and support to do it. I'm almost there.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I know there's a few people that are going for top badge with the OBS side of things and doing it with characters, and it's cool to see. I mean, I wish you guys all the best, and you know, keep doing what you're doing. You're obviously a good person. That name that just came in is absolutely wild. We're gonna ignore that. Oh my lord, Atlanta. Okay, guys, this is Heart Rate. These are my three amazing guests. Thank you guys for being on the show. Hit them with the fade before they go. You guys are welcome to jump out now. I really appreciate you guys being a part of my first episode. Feel free to stick around. Come back in the box in 5 minutes when we get the party started. You know what I'm saying? So